Marrying abroad is one of the cutest and amazing things you can ever do in your life until it reaches that time where you have to sacrifice certain things once you enter that marriage. So as you saw in today's video, guys, I'm going to be telling you why you should never marry abroad. I'm telling you why you should never marry abroad or not from your country if you are not ready for these things I'm going to share with you in today's video. So if you are ready, don't forget to like, please subscribe and comment. If you are new here, please join the family. First of all, guys, if you decide to marry abroad, if you decide to marry from a different country, you have to erase this mindset of saying, in my country we do this, in ours we do this, why are you refusing me to do this? You have to know that when you make a decision that I want to get married abroad, you are going to erase this mindset of saying, in our country, in our, no, you are not in your country, you are in their country now. That's why you have to start adapting to their ways of living, adapt to their way of talking. I'll give an example, guys. Many people in the comment section have been asking me, Precious, why did you change your accent? Why are you speaking like Uganda now? Do I have an option? Guys, I told you before that people in Uganda here, whenever I used to speak my accent of Zimbabwe, I could always repeat myself, and it's so tiring. Every time someone is asking you, what are you saying? What? Pardon. It's so tiring. So you have to adapt. I had to learn the language, how they speak. You have to be willing to learn their language. You have to be willing to learn their accent, speak like them. Second of all, you have to adapt to their culture. Now I knew everywhere I go, if I meet relatives, I have to know whether we are in town, whether we are where, you have to know, you have to go down and greet them. There are a lot of things you have to give up. So marrying abroad is so cute when it's spoken and everything, but are you ready? Are you ready to sacrifice? I had to stop eating some foods because there are things I used to love in Zimbabwe, but here they are not eaten. I had to stop them because that's the choice I made. So guys, if you are not ready to erase this mindset of my country, this, my country, what, adapt to their culture, like forget about your former country and now focus on the country you're in, you are not ready for marrying abroad because there are a lot of sacrifices you have to do. Second of all, guys, one thing you have to do is to be patient with one another. Be patient with your partner. Whether you married a wife from another country or you married a husband from another country, you have to learn patience. Now this is going to be patience on a different level. Remember, this is someone you never grew up with. Worse off, this is someone from a different country. They have a different raising. They have different culture. You have to be so much patient. Actually, when you decide to marry abroad, you have to be so much patient because you're going to find out that the patience you need is different from the one like you're marrying from your country. It's better because, you know, there are certain cultures, you know, there are certain things, you know. But when you marry from another country, you have to be so much patient with your partner because two different raising, two different countries, two different cultures. So that patience, you need it if you are ready to marry from abroad. Also, guys, for those who say, me, I can't stay away from my family, I can't separate from my family. If you're that person, don't marry abroad. Don't marry from another country. Because trust me, when you get married abroad, this thing of saying I'm visiting my home after every 2 months, 3 months, it's not possible, guys. I used to think it's possible. It's not. You can't just wake up today and you say next week, since I'm homesick, I want to go home. It's not possible. You have to make sure, if you're that kind of person who you can't stay away from your parents, you can't stay away from your people, your relatives, you're that person who wants that connection with your people, please consider marrying in your country. Because if you're not that kind of a person, if you come abroad here, my dear, you always be miserable and sad. Because there are times where homesick hits you so hard, you want to leave to go home, but you can't. Mostly, if you are not that financially stable, but if you have the money, you can be going often to your family. But even if you have the money, you can't just be going home just like that. Even your partner won't be happy about it, that every time you're making a decision, I'm going home, I'm leaving, I miss my family. No. You have to know that when you sacrifice to get married abroad, chances are you might spend years without even going back home. You might spend a lot of time without going home. So you have to make sure you are ready for that. If you are not ready for that, please leave abroad marriage for us. So leave this marriage of marrying abroad for us, because trust me, visiting home, you have to make peace with yourself. You can't just wake up and go. Going home needs preparations, mostly flights, a lot of things. And these are things you can't just make a decision overnight. You need good months or years of planning. Another important thing, guys, some partners love their family so much. So you're coming from your country, you go and get married abroad, or you marry abroad. Some partners love their families. Some partners, they take care of their families. They take care of their parents. They take care of their siblings. So when you marry in that family, or when you marry abroad, please don't try to change someone from the way they've been doing things. That is the truth. Or trying to compete now, saying, if you're sending this to your family, let me also send to my family in my home country. That one doesn't work, guys. Doesn't work. There are things you have to do with. When you see him buying things for his family, you also want to compete, saying, me, I also want my family to do this. It doesn't always work. You have to always know that some partners, they love their family. They love their family so much, and you might have to make peace with this. The way they treat their families in the country is going to be different from the way maybe they will treat yours since they are far. Some couples who have agreed, they've said, there are people who say if they have $100 for parents, they will send 50 to the husband's side, they send 50 to the wife's side. But that doesn't normally work. It doesn't normally work, I tell you the truth. But if you see your partner taking care of their family, just be happy. One day also when you visit your home, you will do something better. Or one time you will make a decision, or your partner to say, let's also send money home, but you have to make peace with that. Your family is not going to be treated the same with his that is in the country. Now, guys, this is one of the hardest things ever. When you decide to marry abroad, this is the hardest part. Or this is the painful part. And if you are not ready for this, you have to make sure that you just marry local, marry in your country. You will solve a lot of things. It will save you from many things. You are going to be forced to cut off a lot of people. Trust me, when you marry abroad, or when you marry from another country and you move there, people from your home country, there is an automatic way that you are going to cut off the relationship. So you have to be that kind of person who is not always guilty. You have to make peace with it. I moved on to another country. That's why I'm starting my life with my family. People you left to home, you're going to find out some people will stop talking to you. People you were close, like close, they will stop talking to you for their reasons. You cut communications, you try to greet them, but there is somewhere you feel like this is really not working. Now the advice is, if you are ready for abroad, or if you are ready to marry from another country, you have to know that you are going to cut off a lot of people, because communication, consistent communication when you are living far, it is very difficult. Ask people in long distance relationship what it takes them to keep that communication with their partners. It's not easy. So are you ready to cut off the people you love, to cut off some of the people? Because maintaining that communication is not easy. You have to move on, make new friends in the country you are. Lastly, guys, I'm going to talk about religion. Religion is one of the important aspects in someone's life. Your belief. What do you believe in? Me, I'm Christian. When I was looking for a partner, or when I was praying to God for a partner, my prayer was always, God, I want to get married to a man who is also a Christian, who is a born again. You see, someone where, you'll save yourself from a lot of pressure. Some people marry. After marrying, instead of being prayer partners, their partners become a prayer point. That's a lot of work. That's too much work. Some people marry, instead of praying together, you are praying to convert your husband or your wife to enter your church. But this is what I'm telling you, guys. If you are ready to marry abroad, the law is, actually, this is what we grew up knowing. When a lady gets married, you go to your husband's church. This is where you go. So when you're a Christian in Zim and you married someone from abroad who is going to another church, you have to be so ready to go to their church. Whether your church you are going in Zim is there from your husband's country, that doesn't count. You have to drop off that. You go to your husband's church. If you marry a non-believer and you are believing God to convert them, that's your faith, but it better works. Because if that faith fails you, you will be miserable, I tell you. So guys, this is one of the hardest part of marrying abroad. This is one of the things you have to evaluate yourself. Why you should never marry abroad if you're not ready for these things. But if you're ready to do all these things to get your partner, for your partner, then you can freely marry abroad. Me, I had to accept it. There are a lot of things I had to sacrifice, guys, and I'm happy with it. I'm married, so much happily married, guys. I have sacrificed a lot. So this is for those who are ready to sacrifice. So guys, as you see the gloom and the glow of marrying abroad, mixed marriages, international couple marriages, these racial marriages, ask yourself, are you ready for the sacrifice? If you are, then come on board, my dear. So guys, I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We love you so much, guys. See you in our next lit video. Mwah.